Houston at OKC now on TNT as they're tied in the early stages at 14. Sekou Smith, Steve Smith, Jared Greenberg. We will get you out to Boston. It should be an emotional post-game press conference without question, especially from Isaiah Thomas, who was playing one day after the tragic death of his sister. Guys, this has been such a tough day to see Isaiah go out there and battle. And now we will be talking basketball as well as how he dealt, and just a heroic effort by him going out there.
It was. Condolences to him and his family. This has to be a tough moment for him to come out and play. He came out and played, but you saw the emotion. It was all over him. He's wearing it on his sleeves. But just to his family and from us at NBA TV, this is our condolences.
Yeah, no question. Certainly our hearts go out to Isaiah Thomas and his family on a day like this. And then for him to go out and perform the way he did.
Yeah.
But you could tell the way his head was dipped, no matter what the play. It's just weighing heavy on him, I'm sure, throughout the course of this game. And a tough way for it to finish. But, but the Chicago Bulls, a team that we all questioned whether they would even make the playoffs a few weeks ago, really stepped up and played.
And as you can see, you want to go through your pregame routine, but obviously his teammates, fans, everybody just had their thoughts and prayers with Isaiah Thomas. You can see this is an emotional time for him, and to come out and play a game, take my hat off to him. He toughed it out.
And you saw what made him an MVP candidate,
Yep.
especially in that fourth quarter, scoring 12 points down the stretch and giving his team an opportunity to win the game. Again, we will take you out to Boston here in moments, hear from both coaches and key players. We'll find out if Isaiah Thomas indeed will address the media. But this is the first number 8 seed to win on the road in the series opener since Atlanta did it back in 2014. Now the Hawks ended up losing to the Pacers, but this is a statement. This is a big, big win for the Bulls, who came into the playoffs hot, Smitty.
What I loved about them is they played to their strength. They rebound that basketball on the offensive glass. It was a plus 17. Then also everybody throughout the entire year, even started a training camp, can the Bulls shoot threes? Well, they outshot the Boston Celtics today when they were plus 6 from the range. They did a fantastic job, and Bobby Portis was phenomenal for the Chicago Bulls off the bench.
Yeah, no question. Portis, a guy who had 18 DNPs, didn't play in 18 games, a guy we saw so much promise from in his rookie year, but was a bit of a roller coaster how Fred Hoiberg used him this year. Maybe he was just hiding him as a secret weapon for the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know if he was keeping him in bubble wrap to the playoffs. But I think we see this year after year in the postseason where there's somebody on a team who we always talk about, who's the X factor, who's the guy that you can't account for in this series. And Bobby Portis, after one game, is that guy for Chicago. A big body. Boston does not have a 7-foot big man that you have to concern yourself with. They have undersized big men. So this opens up a door for Bobby Portis, who can stretch the floor, Smitty, and play really inside and out for the Chicago Bulls and attack Al Horford, Kelly Olynyk, and all those bigs from Boston who really don't intimidate him size-wise.
And I think on the defensive end, when you run a lot of pick and roll, especially Isaiah Thomas, I think he should be on the floor because he slides his feet well. He understands to give space. But the more important is what Sekou said, inside out. And you saw that in Summer League. You saw that, like you said, Jared, in his rookie year. Happy to see him get the time. But also you have to understand, all kudos to him. You have to stay ready because as a young guy, you can lose your confidence. You can lose your work ethic. You can tell a young fella's been working, and it's paid off today.
And Jimmy Butler, too, who was really good throughout the game, especially in the second half. Went on a personal 10-0 run late in the third, early into the fourth. He's a guy that he's had big games in the regular season, but this is the first time where he's really the man, right, in a playoff series for the Bulls.
What I loved about in the second half, he quit thinking. He quit basically playing with the other guys and said, just give me the ball and put it on his shoulders.
All right, let's